Welcome to the Local Content Studio, an AI-generated podcast sponsored by newmedialocal.com, an AI-powered digital media agency.
You know that sinking feeling? You spend like 2 hours writing a blog post for your business, you hit publish, and then just
crickets.
Absolute silence.
Yeah.
Maybe your mom likes it on Facebook, but that's about it.
The digital ghost town effect. It's pretty painful.
It is. And honestly, most local businesses, I'm talking an immigration attorney or, a coffee shop, they're stuck there. They treat content like a checkbox. Did I post today? Okay, check. Today, we're ripping up that checklist. Welcome to the Local Content Studio, brought to you by New Media Local.
We are doing a deep dive into a strategy from Lorita Marie Kimble, who's the founder of New Media Local. And she argues that this checkbox method isn't just inefficient, it's actually kind of dangerous for your business.
Okay, so what's the alternative?
Her solution is to shift from these, random acts of marketing to building a local content ecosystem.
Ecosystem. That sounds impressive, but it's also a bit of a buzzword.
Yeah.
Let's decode that. What does she actually mean in a practical sense?
Okay, think of the checkbox approach, like buying a single lottery ticket and just hoping it wins.
Right, a shot in the dark.
Exactly. An ecosystem is more like investing. Lorita points out that 4 out of 5 consumers use search engines to find local info. So if your content is sporadic, Google it doesn't see a pattern, you're basically invisible.
So an ecosystem is a connected web.
It's a web of content where every single piece supports the others.
So instead of one-off posts that just die in the feed after a day, you're building something permanent.
Right. It's all about asset leverage. Let's take this conversation we're having right now. In the old model, this is just one audio file. Done.
Okay.
In the ecosystem model, this recording is a core asset.
Walk me through the life cycle of that asset. What happens next?
You record it once, but then you extract the transcript for a blog post that boosts your website's SEO. You pull, say, 3 30-second video clips for Instagram Reels.
Okay, I'm with you.
You grab the best quotes for LinkedIn graphics. You summarize it for an email newsletter. You aren't creating 5 new things. You're just repackaging one high-value idea 5 different ways.
I get the efficiency. But the source material mentions syndication across 300-plus platforms. That number, that stops me in my tracks. Why 300? I can barely name 5.
It's not about human eyes on all 300. This is the key insight. It's about algorithmic signals.
Signals for Google.
Exactly. When Google sees your business mention on, regional news sites, niche forums, all these diverse directories, it acts as a citation. It tells the algorithm, hey, this business is active, it's relevant, it's an authority. And that boosts your ranking where it really matters.
On the search results page.
That's the one.
Okay, that makes sense. It's a signal boost. But here's the skeptic in me. I'm picturing a local bakery owner. She's waking up at 4 a.m. She does not have time to format content for 300 platforms. Is it just for big companies?
That's what it used to be, but this is where Lorita introduces the force multiplier.
A military term. Getting more output from the same amount of effort.
Precisely. And in this context, the force multiplier is AI. This is the game changer. And we aren't talking about using ChatGPT to write some generic blog post. That's rookie stuff.
So what are we talking about?
We're talking about using AI to automate the friction.
Define friction here.
The boring stuff.
All right.
Resizing images for 10 different social networks, finding the right local keywords, scheduling posts. Lorita argues that AI lets a tiny 2-person team operate with the publishing power of a big brand.
Because the AI handles the logistics.
The whole cycle time drops from weeks to just hours.
I think there's a valid fear, though, that if you let AI handle this, you end up sounding like a robot. Greetings, fellow humans, buy my bread.
Right. But the argument here is the opposite. By automating all that grunt work, the tagging, the formatting, you free up your brain space to be more human.
So you focus on the story.
You focus on the story, the AI focuses on distribution.
The AI is the delivery truck, but you still bake the bread.
Perfect analogy. And that leads to the final pillar, hyperlocal authority. Because if you distribute garbage to 300 platforms, well, it's still garbage.
This is the local, in New Media Local. The source material uses Baltimore as an example. That's a very competitive market.
Oh, highly competitive. 85% of discovery there happens online. Lorita's point is that being good enough just doesn't cut it anymore. You have to move from generic content to specific utility.
So a real estate agent shouldn't write 5 tips for buying a home.
No, that's way too generic. They should be writing how the new zoning laws in the Inner Harbor will affect your property tax.
Ah, I see. One is just content, the other is a genuine resource.
Exactly. You map your audience by zip code and by interest, and when you answer the specific questions your actual neighbors are asking, you stop being an advertiser. You become the default expert. You own that conversation.
It's a real shift in identity then. You stop thinking of yourself as a service provider and start acting like a media company that just happens to sell a service.
That is the synthesis. And the barrier to entry for becoming that media company has, well, it's basically vanished because of these tools.
It's a massive opportunity, but it definitely requires a mindset shift. We're out of time, but I want to leave you with a thought to chew on from what we've read today. If the tools are no longer the barrier, if the how is solved, then the only variable left is the what. So what story about your community are you failing to tell right now?
That's the question.
If you want to stop being invisible, take a hard look at your content footprint. And if you need help building that architecture, New Media Local is the place to start. Thanks for listening to the Local Content Studio.